All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a bonus general message. These are the ones that I always start out with something real, some actual anecdote, something that actually happened, usually pertaining to my dog. We see if that sets a tone. This is more just saying my entire world is um, like my schedule is getting rearranged slowly but surely. It's shifting around a little bit as happens in my world here and there, but it's definitely going to be impacting some different aspects of life, including my dog, Aries. And he rolls with it really well, but he always gives me this stunned look like, why are we doing this now? This isn't the time that we do this. And so teaching him flexibility is pretty funny. So we have the Chariot and we have the Six of Cups. Talk about flexibility. Somebody is changing everything. We have possibly a Cancerian taking charge of their life. And this is not just Cancerian energy and a major arcana being the Chariot, being balanced and moving forward and taking action, but this is Poseidon or Neptune, the god of the sea himself, in charge of making swift change. The change seems to be to move directly toward something that a character considers their favorite nostalgia, their the person that they view as possibly a soulmate, um, an emotional memory, but they are like fully embracing the emotional memory. To me, I look at the Chariot usually as like a balanced energy to move forward, but then this one really shows movement also. Um, Movement in the emotions for sure. Does that equate to movement in the physical reality, or is it just movement in the emotions? That's the thing. Simply thinking about someone having the nostalgia doesn't mean a character's actually taking action necessarily. We have a King of Coins in the reverse. We have a Nine of Swords in the reverse. We have an Empress upright. And we have the Magician. Okay, so there is no physical motion for this. This is all about tremendous amounts of emotional emotional motion. It's there's a lot there's a lot of feeling here that's kind of flooding this character, and they know exactly who they're bestowing those emotions upon, right? But are they as they it's like they're recounting some things that happened, and as they recount things that happened, it's pretty crazy because this person seems to be pretty stressed out at how little effort they put in. Sometimes it's retrospect where we get a look at ourselves and we recognize how little we actually, what limited effort, how little we tried. This could be, only because swords can be words and thoughts. Um, this could be somebody is rereading emotional messages between these two, and they are just now realizing, oh my God, my responses were inadequate, or maybe I didn't respond at all, or maybe the things I said, they anybody would have, especially an Empress, would have not felt like she was receiving much. She, he, it doesn't matter. I don't read for genders. In this story, we have definitely a situation where we've got someone who's like, I don't know, this looks pretty they're really distressed because it's come into focus with just how little effort they put in, and they're also realizing that they did this to an Empress. So it's really hard to gag down the reality of, oh my God, who was I back then? Why did I act like that to my Empress, to someone who I should have had respect for? I should have, maybe this was a mother or father of their child, or someone that they said they wanted to have a child with. And it's like, then why did I treat them without any regard at all? I gave nothing. I gave no sense of stability. I gave no sense of companionship. If they're simply reflecting right now, I want to know why are they suddenly like, immersed in memory lane and seeing all these happy, like, oh God, I was so happy with you. And then they're like, why did I not build with you? I think that they recognize, look, an Empress doesn't stop. If somebody doesn't build with the Empress goes, okay, then I guess I'm supposed to build elsewhere with someone else. And the Empress keeps going. I think that they're recognizing that. Maybe they've considered that the Empress has built something amazing in her life, his life, whomever it is. We've got Libra Taurus, and then we've got Virgo Gemini here on the Magician. But we have an Empress who's been manifesting, and I would argue has been manifesting from like this really high position where they like consult with the cosmos, and where the cosmos shines light is where they go, that kind of energy. But why are they lost down memory lane right now? Two of Coins in the reverse, the World card upright, and the Hermit upright. Well, they've got enough time right now to be looking at their life differently. They've figured themselves out a little bit better. They're no longer like juggling their thoughts. Their mind is calmer. Their world is calmer. They seem to be utterly alone right now, which is good to like clean the slate. Maybe they had a lot going on, and now instead they have this chance to just focus on what's really important at this point in their life. Why did they not give in the past? King of Coins in the reverse. Why did they not give in the past? Ace of Coins, King of Swords. In the past, they were busily building a new life for themselves, and they might have been very much like the only thing that mattered was their own plans. You notice that this person is kind of like under this interesting little pavilion helmet thing. And that would, to me, it almost looks like, although this person is super intelligent, it's like this little helmet pagoda deal is going to be blocking like knowledge from their higher self. It's like they shut down and they just became a strategist. And it was like, it's all about the almighty buck. This Ace of Coins could be they were chasing the dollar, or they were feeling like they just wanted to rearrange their life, and all that mattered was their life, and not considering an Empress at all. Why did the Empress not matter to them at that point? Five of Wands, Palace of Coins, the Judgment. So something here about I'm too busy battling and fighting to build my empire, to get my mansion. So they didn't have time or energy or desire even to give to an Empress, because it was all about what they were fighting for, trying to get. I do think it was all about money, and they didn't want to give any energy elsewhere. If it wasn't going to bring in money, it didn't matter. They're kind of mortified by this at this point in time. But with the Judgment card, it was kind of like, whatever. I mean, I can deal with her later. It's the assumption that somehow there could be a reconciliation later. Why is it that now they're actually recognizing that this is a pretty big issue, the way they mistreated someone? Two of Wands and the Moon, because on one hand, it's been a long time. On the other hand, you know what happens when we leave somebody alone is they choose different paths too. We're not co-creating, we're not co-building. They don't know where the Empress is at this point. They know something about I think she's developed a lot in her life, which is ironic because it looked like they were the ones who only cared about money. They didn't want to give. Maybe they also were super stingy with money in the past because they were all about it. And it's like, look, I'm going to go get mine. I'm going to go get mine. I don't want to give to her. I don't want to. That's not what they wanted to do. But it's hitting them at this point that what has happened. I mean, the Two of Wands is there's a different road that's been taken, or certainly other options that have been presented. And with the Moon, it's like they realize they don't know at all what has changed in her life. How different might she be? If they were out being a wolf at one point in time, they maybe want to be a dog now, meaning, the wolves they're they're pack animals, but they live, outside, um, and roam freely. And the dog lives in one zip code and, has its little bed that it sleeps in with its family every night. It could very well be that they if they were not looking for settling down, they definitely weren't in the past because we saw that King of Pentacles in the reverse. Now we have this question mark of, if I want this now, can I even have this now? Because we've got this portal that's opened up back here. Piscean energy, we also have Cancerian energy, um, Scorpio energy. Um, we've had quite a bit here so far. Capricorn's shown up. What's the biggest thing that they don't seem to know about right now with the moon? Eight of Cups, Three of Wands. The Eight of Cups is in the reverse, so they don't know, can I return? And the Three of Wands sideways, what does the future hold? What does it look like? Here, this person was such a planner. They knew what they wanted. They wanted their mansion. Now they don't know if they can return. Well, let's go over and just talk about the Empress for a second. Empress, tell us what's been going down. What's Empress been up to? Death card in the reverse, Seven of Cups upright, Queen of Wands in the reverse. So she's had her own trials and tribulations. She may have had some very nasty people that she's had to cope with, someone jealous of her, somebody who could have been, and it was weird because this could have been somebody who's been awful, but has been almost like invisible to her, but has been causing some kind of a ruckus. Now, this could also represent deep down, it was a really, like a self-esteem knocking experience because she couldn't quite figure out why she wasn't good enough to be treated with respect. That could be, but an Empress in the upright probably doesn't linger too much on why did somebody treat me like crap. It's like, well, they did, whatever their issues are, I'm moving on. So, but with the Death card in the reverse and the confusion here, coupled with what could be a knock to self-esteem, this could have really impacted an Empress. An Empress is not impervious to things. They just handle it better. The same stuff hurts an Emperor or an Empress. It hurts anybody at any point in time. They just handle it with more grace. They don't actually let it, destroy their competency. They know that one person didn't think much of me. I wonder why. I wonder what area I was lacking in. Aside from that, I still have confidence. I still can manifest. I'm, good at life. I still can feel like an Empress, but I know one person certainly didn't think much of me. And that could leave her questioning without impeding her real growth. Like that's what I would say is most likely here, but let me see, because that Queen of Swords, or excuse me, Queen of Wands in the reverse, first looked to me like somebody who was, I don't know, like the Empress has had some ugly stuff to contend with. Well, we have the Judgment and we have the Sun. The ugliness might just have been the way she was looking at herself for a while. But she got over it. Good for her. She made peace with it and moved on. Okay, so somebody didn't think I was that great. They didn't think I was that hot. That King of Pentacles didn't want to give me any time. They didn't think I was worthy. They didn't think I was attractive. Okay, not everybody has to think I'm awesome or attractive. I move on then. I reconcile the fact that some people will not like me and I move on. Like that's kind of, I think that's what helped this Empress to just go ahead and accept it. By the way, strong Scorpio here. We got it twice, and then we got Leo coming in as well. She still could have dealt with some external ugliness as well, but even that she made peace with and just said, well, just like this nasty queen hates my guts, a lot of people will. Oh, well, it's none of my business what other people think of me. I think that's the best quote ever. I can't think of who said it, but that's a great quote. And I actually have taken that to heart many, many, many times in my own life. We've got a Page of Wands here. So she basically rolled on. Um, she just kept rocking. She started a new path. She might have started a new career. This year in particular, she may have a new idea that she wants to put into fruition. She wants to create something. You see the dragon is there. This is year of the dragon. She's got a new plan. It's going to be something that's very intuitively that she's drawn to. You notice how the third eye is really highlighted there. She's got other plans for her life this year, other goals. So she is manifesting right now. So actually, hold on. We'll stop there and go say, is there any reason that this person from the past is showing up as, all full of nostalgia, feeling like, God, how did I not give anything to her? Why did I act like that? Now they were so sure that they could come back in later. They didn't need to bother with her. She didn't warrant their attention because they were out to get their mansion. That's all that mattered. They could treat her however they wanted, and eventually they could probably reconcile. Now they're realizing that they doubt that. They doubt whether or not they can make that happen. Why are they showing up here at all? Because to me, this kind of looks like, yeah, we got the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Anyway, I look at this, I'm going to say that she may be their wish fulfillment. I don't see how they are hers. It kind of looks like this is an example of her life is very full. With the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, she's in a really great place, really happy, good friends, dreams that she's fulfilling. Temperance is here. The 5 of Cups is in the reverse. Her life is not lacking at all for the fact that they're not in it. So what does that mean for them then? I mean, her life did take a different road. We've got the Page of Coins and we've got the Death and Rebirth. For them, it just kind of looks like, okay, it's going to sound really rude. Remember, they were after mansions and the almighty buck. They were a King of Pentacles in the reverse. We never saw them manage to get their mansions. Ironically, it kind of sounds like she's the one doing better as an Empress, certainly more financially secure, more content in her life, more balanced. And it looks like they're a page. So sometimes the greed that makes somebody chase one thing at the exclusion of even, common regard or decency and kind treatment to others, sometimes that's why somebody loses out on all of it. The greed makes somebody pursue something at the expense of common kindness. And I think they end up a page, which is ironic because they were the ones that only wanted the money. She's the one who ends up with it. And now they're the ones in the pages, like they're at the beginning of a journey still. They never got all the money. She actually did. And with the Death and Rebirth card, I kind of think their only role in this was to learn a really important lesson that that kind of behavior, they lost a lot. And what's more, they didn't get the gains that they wanted. 6 of Wands and the Judgment. They now have to reconcile the fact that quest for all of that success didn't actually happen. They're at the very beginning still. And that's the reconciliation. It's the end of the road for that certain kind of, if they wanted to be famous, she might be the one who's famous. If they wanted to have tons of money and imagine crowds chanting their name, they're going to have to reconcile themselves with the fact that hasn't happened. It doesn't mean it couldn't, but it just hasn't. That they're actually at the very beginning of a journey, because their big lesson was don't treat people like they're disposable or like you can casually come back to them because you're going to be such a mover, shaker, baller. This is a very humbling lesson for them. And I think she helped them learn a lesson, but I just don't think that they're a part of her life. All right, I'm going to leave that one there for better or worse. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye.